I love you, Katie.
I love you too, Tom. Oh my God! I'm free!
Oh, what it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we're here to watch a video called Every American Dad and Family Guy Crossover. I didn't know they crossover, but this should be news to all of us then. Got my hot Cheetos and my hot sauce. Let's do this.
Here's Every American Dad and Family Guy crossover in one video. First up is Meet the Quagmires. After hearing Glenn brag about all the girls he's been smashing, Peter feels left out, so he does something crazy. He links up with his old friend Death, and this fucker goes back in time just to make out with another chick.
Hey, where the hell is Lois?
Looks like she's coming out of Quagmire's house.
I'm gone for one night and you sleep with Quagmire?
What I do with my husband is none of your business.
Let's head upstairs and play hide and go anal.
By the end of the episode, it is so messed up that we get a little visitor.
Wow, Peter, that's an amazing story. And I'm touched that you went through so much trouble just to be with me. Obviously, I made the right choice when I married you.
And hey, let's just all be grateful that things are completely back to normal again. Who ate all the pecan sandies?
Quagmire is always trying to bang his friends' wives. He's tried to bang Lois on countless occasions. He tricked Joe into letting him bang Bonnie, and he even banged Cleveland's old wife Loretta. The doesn't even know Stan, but he still finds a way to creep on his wife. In the Unbrave One, Francine falls for a fake pregnancy test. Stan tries telling her it's a scam, but she doesn't listen.
So, did you take the pregnancy test?
I did.
Am I gonna be a father again?
I didn't have a home pregnancy test, so I had to take one online.
How do you take a pregnancy test over the computer?
I first took several pictures of my genitals, and then one of me peeing on a teddy bear, and sent them to the doctor.
I don't think, that's real.
He's a legitimate doctor, Stan. That must be the result. Oh, Dr. Vadger says my lab work requires more information. He needs to see my boobs popping out of a cheerleading outfit. I know what you're thinking. What is the boob test going to tell him that the butthole test didn't? He's just being super careful.
There's only one man who'd put this much effort into some titty pics.
What's the butthole test? Never mind. Never mind.
And it's revealed during the episode's credits.
Giggity.
Next up is April and Quahog, and this one is weird. When this episode was originally announced, this promo picture was released, teasing a crossover between Family Guy and American Dad. However, when the episode finally came out, the crossover was completely missing. It was later revealed by the episode director Greg Colton that it was cut due to time constraints. Now, supposedly, the deleted scene was reused for the season 11 episode Big Fat, but I don't know if this is accurate. In this episode, Peter goes missing for months and eventually turns into a wild animal. But at the very start of the episode, we get a dream sequence and we finally get the crossover originally advertised, or do we?
It was awfully nice of our new neighbors to invite us over for dinner.
Hello, neighbors.
Joe, you can walk!
I'm Stan Smith. Please come in.
Oh, I'm so glad everyone could make it.
The hell kind of dog is that? I was gonna ask the same thing.
That's our alien Roger. He lives in our attic, but nobody can know.
Hello? Oh, hey, Quagmire. Hey, you're not gonna believe this. I'm over here with Joe, and he's got a space alien.
You're having a nightmare.
This was the promo picture shown for April and Quahog, but if we fast forward through the scene from Big Fat, it's completely missing. I did find the real crossover scene though, and it is 10,000 times better than what we got.
You know, it's really cool to have another girl my age in the neighborhood. Shut up, Meg. She knows my name!
Little heads up about the neighbor, Quagmire. That guy'll have sex with anything. So, tape up your fish holes.
Thanks for the tip.
Do you pee in that water and then swim in it?
Yeah?
You're all right.
If you had my boobs and I saw you from behind, I would think you were hot.
Thanks.
And now is when you say the same to me.
Wait a minute. Francine? From the Depeche Mode tour, 1984?
Oh my God, Lois?
You two know each other?
No, we don't know each other. You've ruined me for all men.
In the season 13 episode Fighting Irish, we're introduced to Quagfest.
Quagfest is a bigger deal than I thought. Here's a simulation of what it's like to have sex with Quagmire.
Hi. Bye.
These are all of Quagmire's women organized by country. There's Brazil and there's Thailand. Wow, they're young. We should go.
Well, that entire scene is referenced in the American Dad episode Fight and Flight.
Go above and beyond. Really dazzle your teacher. I could help you out.
Roger, do you care
I
if...
never cared, Steve. This is a really hard one. Nope. Gotcha.
It's really quick, but pretty fucking cool. We get a similar Easter egg in A Song of Knives and Fire. Francine is tweaking out, lighting houses on fire, and we see something familiar.
Francine! What are you doing here?
I'm gonna rapid fire these next 3 sections just because they're references. The episode Excellence in Broadcasting gets pretty political, so you know Stan Smith has to pop up. Stan has always been presented as a dedicated Republican, while Brian Griffin has always been written as a Democrat. But this changes when Brian gets his ass saved by Rush Limbaugh.
Wow. Thanks, Rush. And it was nothing.
After some thought, Brian converts to the other side, and a certain American dad is very pleased with Brian's decision.
4 pages. Done. Moving on.
I know my staplers by sound and by weight.
Ha! Look at John Krasinski look at the camera. He can't believe this guy.
Bruh. Still don't know what a Rush Limbaugh is.
Rush Limbaugh was right all along. Conservative republicanism is the answer. Good. Good for Brian.
That last cameo is going to make this next crossover extra funny. In the American Dad episode, The People vs. Martin Sugar, I guess Stan is still proud of Brian, as he lists him as his ¡1 favorite dog.
I fought the law and the law won. Nice try, guys, but I always keep a handcuff key up my bum. Ta-da! How could you do this to me, Stan?
I just had to take a bite out of crime. You know who said that? McGruff the Crime Dog. My number 4 favorite fictitious dog of all time. Let's run through the whole top 10. 3, Old Yeller. 2, Lassie. And the number 1 dog on my fictitious dog list is Brian Griffin.
Do I know you?
Stop pretending I don't exist!
I fucking love this next one. In Foreign Affairs, Lois and Bonnie go on a little trip. And if you're a true Family Guy fan, you already know what this thought is up to.
Company? What do you... Oh, my God.
I just needed a change from Joe.
Bonjour.
Lois, this is Francois.
Oh, you're serious.
While she complains to Lois about Joe, she sets up for another hilarious American Dad reference.
Bonnie, this is insanity.
Lois, I'm just having fun.
No marriage is perfect, but Joe's the man you gave your life to.
It's just that sometimes I feel like I don't even know Joe anymore. It's like I've become a different person, and so has he.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. Good morning, USA.
Good morning, USA.
In No Giggity No Doubt, Quagmire gets whipped on a new girl named Courtney. However, there's only one problem. Turns out, Courtney is Quagmire's long-lost daughter.
Oh, giggity.
To everyone's surprise, Quagmire actually steps up. Who would have ever thought that the same dude keeping multiple Asian women captive could ever be a good father? Well, to commemorate their relationship, they plan a father-daughter camping trip. Peter and Meg are invited, and through Peter's disgust, we get a shit ton of cameos from both American Dad and The Cleveland Show.
I just checked the weather, and it looks like sunny skies all weekend.
You guys have big plans?
Yeah, we're going camping. Hey, you and Meg should come with us, Peter.
Yeah, let's go, Dad.
You know who you should take instead of me? Stewie, or Chris, or Brian. Carter Pewterschmidt, Babs Pewterschmidt, Bonnie, Joe, the Ostrich, Al Harrington, John Travolta from one of our cutaways, all of our characters as Star Wars characters. Me? Ah, damn it! I heard my name, too. I'm in. I'll drive, buy snacks. Everyone else is out here, too.
Don't even know that.
God! It's literally everyone.
Next up is the American Dad episode, Return of the Bling. If you really think about it, Brian and Klaus are counterparts to one another. I don't know how Brian would feel being compared to a fucking fish, but I'm sure Klaus would appreciate the comparison. Turns out, Klaus is a big fan of Brian.
Dad, check it out! I got a B+ on my essay about my personal hero, Legolas from Lord of the Rings. Hey!
That's not a hero, Steve. Heroes have got to be real people.
I'm ready to pretend I'm going to school if someone wants to pretend to see my bus outside.
In the movement, Peter becomes a baseball coach. Like most coaches, he's tasked with trading players, and eventually, Peter does this.
Morning, team.
Peter, do you really have to wear those in the house?
Yes, I do.
Peter, you want some eggs?
I actually brought my own breakfast today, thank you.
Oh, gross! What the hell, Dad?
Can I see you in my office, please? Hey, thanks for coming. Take a seat. This is really the toughest part of the business, isn't it?
Oh my God, are you trading me?
Here's the thing. We're sending you down to American Dad.
No!
Well, they're not excited about it either. I guess I could call the Orville.
I'll do American Dad.
From here, the episode resumes. But later in the episode, we get to see how the trade is going. Meg is definitely going to fit in with the Smiths, right?
I kind of miss Meg.
I hear she's doing great.
Good morning, USA! Ba-da-ba-da-ba stands the dad and the alien's gay.
Hey, shut up, Meg.
So it's just gonna be the same?
Yep.
Yeah.
In Boopity Boppity, Peter gets tricked into a trip to Italy. And while cycling through the channels, something weird happens to Stewie.
Can't believe you tricked me into going to Italy.
It might be good for you and me, too. It's the most romantic country in the whole world.
We now return to Italian Star Trek.
Peter, the kids are going to the Italian circus, so I thought it might be romantic if we watched the sunset from St. Peter's Basilica.
Stupid remote's not doing anything.
Stop what you're doing!
You know, I'm really getting tired of you being such a complete stick in the mud.
Is that some kind of gay slur?
Remember when The Simpsons and Family Guy had a crossover? Well, here's a fucking crossover within a crossover.
And remember, kids, TV violence is fine as long as you don't show a nipple.
That's so true. That's how they got Janet Jackson.
Perfect. The Earthlings are destroying themselves.
Yeah, it's really great, isn't it, guys? We went to summer camp together.
Who remembers Barry? If you're an American Dad nerd like me, you know that he's one of Steve's best friends. He's the chubby kid out of the group, which makes this random cameo extra funny. You need the context, though, for it to really hit. In the Family Guy episode Killer Queen, Chris nearly dies due to his weight. So Peter and Lois do what any good parents would do and ship him off to Camp Fresh Start, a camp specifically for fat kids.
Hi, welcome to Camp Fresh Start.
Yeah, our son's gross, so here we are. The name's Griffin.
We have you staying in the broccoli cabin.
I don't want to stay. Please.
Your mother's right. This will be good for you.
Well, how come you don't have to go? You're fatter than I am.
Good question, Peter.
What are you talking about?
Well, you're the one who entered him in that hot dog eating contest, unless you don't think you could handle it.
Oh, yeah?
Word.
Well, I think I can.
Chris fucking hates this place, but that's not our problem, bro. We're here for cameos, and eventually, Chris and Peter run into Barry.
And then he went into the kitchen, slowly opened the refrigerator, and it was empty. Weak with hunger, raced from the refrigerator to the counter to look for a delivery menu, but all he could find was one for a vegan place. Salad!
In case you missed it, this kid right here is the same Barry from American Dad.
That really is scary. Salad on a field trip?
He may just look like a generic Family Guy chubby kid reusing Barry's design, but we know it's Barry due to this scene.
Thank you for sharing, Leonard. Is there someone else who has a story they'd like to share?
This one time I was on a city bus, and the guy next to me was eating a bucket of fried chicken.
Ooh. Yum.
And the smell was getting to me. I just dug in and started stuffing that chicken into my mouth.
Oh.
Embarrassing.
It wasn't fried chicken. It was a baby! It was a baby!
Did you use seasoning salt?
That was 100% Barry's voice, and his voice actor, Eddie Thomas, is even credited as a guest actor on this episode. Barry pops up one more time near the end of the episode.
What are we doing?
I saw a forest like this in a book one time, and I know there's a gingerbread house out here somewhere.
I'm so hungry I could eat this dead camper.
Holy crap!
Clearly don't have all the evidence yet. But we do know one thing. This kid was murdered. It looks like there are signs of trauma around the throat. Somebody strangled this fat kid.
Well, there's only one person I know who likes to strangle fat guys. Patrick Pewterschmidt, my brother-in-law. People call him the Fat Guy Strangler.
In the episode The Worst Stand, both Stewie and Brian cross over into American Dad. In this weird episode, Roger wants to show off his sexy new shorts, so this fucker flies all the way to Miami.
Roger, I've seen you in shorts. You look terrible in them. Remember? I told you not to wear shorts.
I see my beauty has caused you to be quiet mid-sentence.
How is that even possible?
Now I need to think of a perfect venue to debut my new shorts.
What if you wear them up in the club?
In Miami?
Welcome to Miami. Enjoy your stay.
And now, Phase 3, to enroll at Florida State University.
How did a baby and a dog get on a flight to Miami?
Guess they're not as interested in reality as we are.
This next one isn't necessarily a cameo or a crossover, but more of a reference. It's from the episode The Man with Two Brians. Here's a little teeny tiny context though. Basically, Peter nearly drowns, and when Brian fails to rescue him, Peter gets a new younger dog.
My word, what a gorgeous way to wake up.
I hope you don't mind. I figured this might be a more gentle way to start off the day. I'll start up again in 9 minutes.
From here, there are a bunch of jokes poking fun at Brian being old, but Stewie cracks one in particular that sets up for another reference to American Dad.
Hey, Brian, I went out for a run this morning and I found this stick.
Wow, thanks a lot. Well, I wasn't sure about this new dog thing at first, but I gotta tell you, he's a really terrific guy.
You have no idea what's going on here. He's your replacement. You're getting old, Brian, and they know it. You're no longer the cover girl. You're Carol Alt.
So I'm through listening to you.
Carol, come in here. They're saying your name on the Family Man.
That's hilarious, new Brian. Now do your impression of Punky Brewster's father.
Punky.
Hi, I'm Carol Alt for Polygrip.
They did it again.
Who?
The Family Man.
Is that the one with the fish?
No, that's American Boy.
Next up is the season 6 episode Lois Kills Stewie. And trust me, I know this whole episode technically isn't real. It's all a simulation as revealed at the end of the episode. However, the crossover still counts. I guess it isn't canon, but who the fuck cares? This is friggin' Family Guy, dude. Like most early Family Guy episodes, Stewie is absolutely committed to taking over the world and eventually drags Brian into it, forcing the dude to sneak into the CIA with him.
What do you want your alias to be?
Willem Dafoe.
No, not that one. I used to have a Willem Dafoe living under my bed.
Hey, you asleep yet?
No.
As you can probably guess, Brian and Stewie eventually run into two familiar faces. I mean, they're at the fucking CIA, so it's pretty obvious who might show up.
According to my schematics, it should be right in here.
Hello, gentlemen. Great day to be protecting freedom, wouldn't you say?
Hello, Smith. How are you today?
Fine, sir. What's new?
Do you know what I heard this morning? Apparently, Rob Schneider goes down to Home Depot
and pays the migrant workers to come home and choke him while he masturbates in the shower. Yeah, he's been doing that for years.
Fun fact, that last scene wasn't originally in the episode. After the duo sneaks off, Stewie is seconds away from accomplishing his mission, but Stan and Bullock pull up on him again, and this time they're strapped the fuck up.
My plan for world domination is about to come to fruition.
Stewie, for God's sake, they know we're here. What are you trying to do?
This terminal will allow me to take command of the satellites which control the world's power grid. Go away, you paperclip! No one likes you!
Open up in there, or we're breaking down the door.
I love you, Katie.
I love you too, Tom. Oh my God! I'm free!
Oh!
You know how Republican Stan is, right? This motherfucker will actually shoot you. However, Stewie is also locked and loaded, and he also has the high ground.
I have the high ground!
We interrupt this program to bring you a special message from the new president of the world.
Greetings, loyal minions.
Stewie?
Like I said earlier, in the end, this entire episode is revealed to have been fake. It was all a simulation, but it's still fucking sick to see American Dad characters in Family Guy. In season 16, Send in Stewie, please. Stewie and his therapist really get into it.
Send in Stewie, please.
Oh, I can go in now? Oh, fantastic. He's ready. Marvelous. So, is that me over there?
If you like.
I saw the kid who has cancer leave. That must have been fun.
This kid is fucking tweaking, and by the middle point of the episode, Stewie has a complete meltdown. At one point, he begins imitating all of Seth MacFarlane's voices, including Roger.
This isn't even how I really talk. This is how I talk. The accent is nothing more than an affectation. Wow. What a relief.
What do you mean by that?
This is my real voice.
I don't hear a difference.
How about now? You freaking hear that?
What about now? Sound different? Giggity?
What about now? Coming up now, this voice.
Ahoy, it's me.
And I'm a gay alien.
And regarding Carter, Peter learned some interesting news about his favorite spin-off.
Guns create problems, but they solve them too.
And you know who else has a gun? Stan Smith. Take it away, Stan.
Peter, that show's not on after us anymore.
What is on? Something as or more successful?
One more reference, and we'll get back to the actual cameos. In The Fat Man Always Rings Twice, we find out American Dad has been renewed for another season.
My cop friend told me to stay away from the case, but then I got the call I'd been dreading. Hello, American Dad's been picked up for 3 more seasons? God, when do I get a weekend? Then I got another call. They found Sister Megan.
I'm sure you missed this little reference in Beyond the Alcove. In this American Dad episode, we see Steve browsing YouTube on this computer.
Why is everyone obsessed with Klaus?
He's just likable, I guess. Have you heard him rap? He's pretty good.
But you are what you eat. So I'm a vagina. That means I eat But I
The guy's an urban poet.
And 7
Since I started this channel, I've been dying to talk about this next episode, Blue Harvest. It's pretty much Family Guy's take on A New Hope, with multiple characters from the show portraying the original film's cast. Chris plays Luke Skywalker, Peter plays Han Solo, Lois plays Princess Leia, and so on. The episode plays out exactly like the original movie, with Chris meeting Obi-Wan and eventually arriving at the famous cantina. This is where we can find another crossover with American Dad, but pay attention because it's quick.
Sorry, sir. Private party tonight.
I'm a friend of Dave Navarro's.
You're a friend of Dave Navarro's.
I seem like a cool dude.
You seem like a cool dude.
Move along.
Move along.
He doesn't like you.
Sorry.
I don't like you either.
You don't even know me.
That's fair. I'm Pignose, and this is my brother-in-law, Scott.
I'm up after the band.
In case you missed it, Roger makes a little cameo as Chris walks in. He's right here talking to this alien dude. Also, fun fact, Bender from Futurama is hiding right over here. There are also a few other characters from other adult cartoons, but I'll let you guys find them on your own. If you already know who though, drop a comment. Next up is Season 9's It's a Trap, which parodies another Star Wars film. Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. At the beginning of the real film, we're introduced to Moff Jerjerrod, one of Darth Vader's henchmen, so we get a similar scene in this episode.
That was absolute hell. We're in a galaxy far, far away, and we still have to change in Atlanta.
Hi, Darth. Remember how last time they skimmed along a trench and then blew it up by shooting through a hole? Well, now there's no trench.
Is there a hole?
Yes.
But if I were you, I'd repair that hole before the Emperor arrives.
The Emperor?
He loves this place. I was there when he came up with the idea for the Death Star.
Hey, Darth.
Yeah, what?
That's what.
What? It's a circle. It's
like
a
a
good
condom.
circle, I'll give you that.
No. Space station.
What? No way.
It is.
Of course, Roger has to play this character, right? It's fucking perfect casting. Fun fact, this is his only scene. In the real film, there are a bunch of other scenes with the character Roger is portraying, but Roger doesn't show up again at all. Eventually, though, we're introduced to another American Dad character, and the casting is once again perfect.
Me first.
I'd like to thank you all for meeting me here in the lobby of the Mondrian. The Emperor has made a critical error, and the time for our attack has come. The new Death Star is not yet operational. More importantly, the Emperor himself is overseeing this mission. Many Bothans died to bring us this information. Admiral Akbar, if you will.
It's a trap! Just kidding. We'll get there later. So, let's pretty much just attack like we did last time. Everybody clear?
Am I the only one with the gold star on your uniform?
It's just for record keeping. Okay, let's go for it, people.
Admiral, we've got enemy ships in Sector 47.
It's a trap! Also, whose cat? Someone get your cat.
This was smart as fuck from Seth MacFarlane. Including both Roger and Klaus was a subtle but perfect little advertisement for American Dad. Anyways, everything is set for the rebels to attack, and Klaus playing the iconic Admiral Akbar makes his move.
Alright, stand by to jump to light speed, destroy the Death Star, and then begin setting up the Ewok reassignment camp.
I hate that stupid fish man.
I say when we're done with this, we go over there and fry him up in a skillet.
Deep fried Klaus would probably be delicious, especially if Rollo got fucking Donna to cook it. That shit would be finger licking good. Anyway, I'm a fucking nerd, so here's another fun fact. Our boy Stan was also planned to appear in this episode.
Oh God, watch yourself, Wedge. Dear God and baby Jesus, be careful.
Don't you tell me what to do.
It's really cool to be able to watch all the episodes of cartoons and get to see all the scenes that I never got to see, because I'm realizing I've missed out on a ton of American Dad, a ton of Family Guy, and a ton of South Park. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Twisms.